I think my proudest professional accomplishment would be what my wife and I, who's my business partner, she should be here right now. We work really hard. We have had a kid 6 months ago, opening new businesses, expanding. We're not letting anything slow us down. Somehow we're able to expand our team and grow, and it's been an awesome journey, and I certainly would not be here without her and the support of my family and our team.
I got an award about 4 or 5 years ago called a Daisy Award. It's nominated by a patient. I had a patient come through the ER who had a heart attack, and as we're moving him from one stretcher to my stretcher, he died. And I jumped on his chest and did CPR for about a minute, and we got him back and got him to the cath lab, wound up, saving his life. And I got this big award a few months later because the family nominated me, and it was just so cool because I was just in the right place at the right time and was just doing my job. But this family came and brought the award to me, and I got to meet the rest of their family, and it was like the biggest accomplishment and fulfillment to be there when someone needed somebody. That's the biggest thing that's ever happened for me.
For me, with the winery, it's more just like the community that we've built, which is much broader than an accomplishment, I guess. But the people, like when you the neighbors and the people who come in and support you and appreciate you and really value your work, I think that is, for me, the greatest accomplishment that I've had with Walsh.
Just having the opportunity to open up my own restaurant was an enormous step in my career, both personally and professionally, and to have the support of my family behind me, and just kind of having everyone in my corner and having it be, this is what we're doing now. And we're 4 years into it, and it's been a journey, but we couldn't be happier.
My biggest professional accomplishment, I would say, would be constantly being a part of culturally responsive changes in the different places that I've worked within LCPS. So whether it was very micro level with school social work, to more working with parent liaisons and interpreters and translators, to now with the business community providing opportunities for students in instruction, I think we've always taken lessons and what we learned from actual students and family members and made those stories public.
First was joining K2M, and then now becoming Stryker, being a part of the operations team. And then that led me to using my greatest skill set, in my opinion, and what I hear from others, is caring for people. And recently in November of 2020, I joined the board of directors at Echo. So I'm able to extend a helping hand in many ways with my connections through Stryker in my professional career. It's definitely the proudest moment that I've had in my professional career thus far.
My biggest accomplishment so far in my career is Bear Chase. Being able to be part of Bear Chase from the ground up, be able to have a lot of my own fingerprints put into what is now Bear Chase, and to be able to have an award-winning brewery. And in the short time that we have been around, we're just about to celebrate 3 years in August, and so in the end of August, and so we're looking to really have see what we can do in the future with it. But that's been my greatest accomplishment so far.
My proudest professional accomplishment is not letting fear get in my way to create a family benefits platform that supports today's working parents. As a former doula and a mother of 4 myself, I know that today's parents need support to help them not only in their career goals, but also their family goals. And with Arrow, we've built that support system so working parents can thrive. And if I can build a business like Arrow, I hope that inspires future generations of entrepreneurs, particularly women and girls, to follow their dreams and to not also let fear get in their way.
All right, so my biggest career accomplishment to date is that I actually pursued my dreams. I am very happy to say that when I was a child, I always dreamed about being a journalist, being a professional broadcaster, and I am happy to say that I lived that dream. I think, nowadays, people, they try to achieve what they want to do, and I'm very happy that I was able to make it happen. Some things aren't too far out of reach, and as long as you're willing to put in the work, you can make it all happen.
I guess my greatest professional accomplishment has got to be when I took a chance on myself. And December 5th, I launched Let's by Jenny, and it's the culmination and curation of my past 15-year career as a teacher and coach, and mixed with my love and passion for music, film, the arts, social media, culture, community, all of those types of things, and being able to put that into one job that I made, and then like I'm here. This is just more than what I could ever have imagined. But one of the most golden pieces of this entire transformation has been the ability to still be present with my kids during the day. So I always say mama of 4 by day, content creator and blogger by nap time.
Biggest professional achievement to date would be surviving the pandemic. And before it was taking the risk to open up the business that I did. And just because it was a new concept and never been done before in this area, that was a big risk, but definitely surviving that pandemic with the type of business that I have, able to still keep all my employees, keep them happy, still able to serve the community, still able to do fundraisers and donate and still be able to operate. That's the biggest achievement to date.
So I think my greatest professional accomplishment is just having a business. I never saw that for myself. I always envisioned being a part of people's lives and wanting to be a therapist, and the fact that I get to do that every day. I go into people's lives at some of the darkest, scariest times that they'll experience, and I help them to see a better future.
Deciding to stay in the Army Reserve after I left active duty. I was active for 10 years, moved to New York City, and it just wasn't for me right off the bat, so I joined the reserve and stayed in uniform so that I could lead soldiers. So I've been doing that for 7 years now, and it's awesome.
My biggest professional accomplishment, without a doubt, is starting a scholarship for kids in Loudoun County that are in financial need to provide free orthodontic treatment. And it's been a blessing to be able to do this. Not to mention just being able to support so many local schools and sports teams over the years. It's been fantastic.
Oh, my biggest professional accomplishment has been being able to engage with clients to make their vision come true. A lot of our clients are spokespeople for those that don't have voices. So ASPCA and education. So the voice for the animals, the voice for kids. And it's truly just amazing to be able to be that voice.
So my most professional accomplishment to date is the impact that I've had on the lives of students across the United States. So to date, I've had an opportunity to impact the lives of over 20,000 students, and through those touches, I have developed invaluable relationships with students, with parents and teachers, and that has been my biggest impact and professional accomplishment.
The accomplishment of which I'm most proud is being known as a community builder and someone who can get things done. In Middleburg, being on the Middleburg Arts Council and Middleburg Business and Professional Association, they've reached out to me to join specifically so that I can build bridges, make partnerships, and help make the community a better place.
I am most proud of the Hive Bake Shop for the reason being that I get to accomplish all of these accolades with my sister, especially considering that we had so many people against us in the beginning who doubted us, and to be able to say that we've accomplished things like Martha Stewart, Netflix, Better Homes and Gardens, it's really just so motivational, not only to us, but I think to other people, to be able to say that as long as you put in the hard work and you're willing to keep going when people want to count you out, you really can reach for the top.
My greatest accomplishment was being recognized as George Mason University's School of Business 2020 Prominent Patriot.
My greatest professional accomplishment would have to be starting my nonprofit, which works to rid college campuses across the country of Chinese Communist Party influence. And along those lines, we got college Democrats and college Republicans all across the country on a national level to co-sign an open letter condemning human rights abuses in China. And I think in an age of extreme polarization and politics being so ugly, when we can unite on issues, when people have no voice like they do in China, that's very important, and I'm very proud of that.
I think my most professional achievement would probably be our COVID-19 response and the ability to provide testing at a time that was really uncertain within the community. We popped a drive-through tent up within a matter of days. We thought we were going to last for 2 weeks, and then we managed to last for 2 months. followed by a bunch of community testing done through the county. And I think that providing that sense of ease during a really trying time is probably one of my proudest accomplishments.
In 2015, we were tracking a project down in West Palm Beach, Florida. It was a spring training facility for the Washington Nationals and the Houston Astros. We were awarded the contract in 2016 to help design and build the stadium. It was about a 2-year-long project. We finished in 2018, very successful project for everybody involved. And being a fan of Major League Baseball my whole life, it was a very exciting project for me to see from beginning to end.
Well, this is one of them. Making 40 under 40 is a huge professional accomplishment. But I would have to say that being a part of the Loudoun Chamber team during 2020 was also a huge accomplishment, because when the pandemic first hit, we just immediately launched into going 100% virtual, trying to get resources out to the Loudoun business community, and just trying to pivot as best we could. I know that's such an overused word, but my favorite project that we did was the Feeding Loudoun's Healthcare Heroes campaign. So we raised over $21,000 to purchase food from local Loudoun restaurants, and then took it to the hospitals, the Inova Loudoun and also Stone Springs Hospital. So that's probably one of the biggest ones as well.
I'm most proud of getting my real estate license in this very competitive market and become one of the top producing agents. And after these photos today, I'm gonna be the next American top model. Look at this.
I mean, the fact that I'm able to serve Loudoun County older adults and caregivers in their time of need, and to be there for them, to provide support and guidance and compassion and love as they navigate this journey.
My biggest accomplishment to date would be opening and growing my acupuncture and integrative medicine business over the past 14 years. Being able to help folks who are in pain and see the spark come back into their eyes makes me really proud, and a big accomplishment. And I get to work with a great team every day, and that makes me really proud.
So in the middle of COVID, it was really hard because family members were not allowed to visit, patients' visiting hours changed, and to know that we were able to be in patients' rooms, knowing that we were there with them, the family members really appreciated that. We stayed with patients during their last breaths, and just held their hands and comforted them. And I know it meant a lot to the patient, the family members, and to us as a profession of nurses.
My proudest accomplishment is working alongside the Virginia Professional Firefighter Association to secure cancer and PTSD coverage for all firefighters throughout the Commonwealth of Virginia.
It's working 3 years at community church, and being asked to be ordained as a minister, as a pastor for the church, and being able to be in front of the congregation and my pastor, Charlie Whitlow, and the rest of the churches praying for me and making my wife and I pastors for this congregation. That was surreal, amazing, great, and ever since then it's been a joyful ride.
I'd say my proudest professional accomplishment was playing professional baseball in the St. Louis Cardinals organization. That was plan A from the beginning. I trained my whole life for that, and it was my dream as a kid to play professionally. So when I was able to accomplish that, that was a dream come true, and it's opened the doors to other career opportunities, especially for right now with this new facility that we're opening up, the Ballpark Loudoun. So it's been great.
I'm most proud of where I've come, honestly, from where I've come from, having just a small hobby on the side and then now turning it into a career. I have 2 employees. That's something I never thought would ever happen. So I'm most proud of where I've taken Sassy Reefs and where I can take it.
My proudest accomplishment is definitely the JK Community Farm in the community that has built around our mission. We're so grateful to have the support of all companies and community members to ensure that everyone in our community has access to healthy food.
Since there is no one-size-fits-all solution to affordable housing, I am most proud of working with a collaborative team at expanding the county's housing options, ensuring that all Loudoun residents have access to a decent, safe, and sanitary housing situation.
I think my most
successful professional accomplishment would be just having the ability to help even just one person on a daily basis. Specifically for me, people come in with pain, and oftentimes I can help them leave without pain within that same moment. And you know, my favorite quote I always say is, the journey of 1,000 miles begins with a single step. And so if I can help even just one person take that first step, to me it's all worth it in the end. And just very rewarding and humbling at the same time.
I would say my most professional accomplishment today is continuing to do my best, to try my best no matter the roadblocks, the bumps in the road, the falling flat on my face. I continue to get up, work on my goals and my passion, and moving forward.
My greatest professional accomplishment has definitely been working on the Loudoun County Business Interruption Fund. When so many small businesses were struggling, when everything was uncertain, we were able to architect, manage, and implement a grant program to help them survive. And really that's what I feel being a public servant is all about, is being there for your community when they need you.
I guess starting my company Lava during the pandemic. We started Lava in March, and then the world shut down, so we had to figure out how to be business owners and start a new company while also doing so remotely and not being able to see anybody. So we made it through it. We were very successful in our first year, and it's definitely one of my proudest accomplishments thus far.
The biggest accomplishment for me as a business owner has been becoming a generational destination where a mother, a daughter, and a grandmother can all shop together.
My greatest professional accomplishment has been launching the branding and marketing of a tech startup that empowers disabled professionals like myself. I find it incredibly rewarding to be working for a mission-driven company that's inclusive and really giving back, and also finding more ways to empower people who have not always been represented.
In October of 2018, our team at the Community Coalition for Haiti transformed an 11,000 square foot building into a fully fledged, fully operational clinic in Haiti. So what had been a shell of a church, apartments and offices on a very busy street in the downtown area of a bustling town in Haiti became a primary care clinic, a surgical center, and a physical therapy clinic. And we did it in 30 days. And what I'm most proud of when it comes to that accomplishment is that our entire team worked together to complete that job.